Utinni!
Good day to everybody. As you can see, we have a bunch of little pieces here, and this is the 3D model that I've printed from the Kit Kiln on things.com. Here is the link for those that want it. Let me put this back up here. So this is a short URL that will take you to the site. If for some reason this URL does not work in the future, just go to thangs.com. That's THANGS.com and look up Kit Kiln, and you will be able to find his files. You do have to be a member of his to download these files. But we're going to put this together today and see how it turns out. There is no glue involved with this model. I may add some just for certain parts, but most of his models are snapped together. No glue is needed. So let's get started. So I think the first thing we're going to do is put our legs together. So we're going to grab one of these here. And we're going to grab one of these here. And one of these collars. So it looks like we're going to slide this down in here like this. And then we're going to add a collar on this side. And slide it through like so. Make sure we get that straight. So there you can see the collar. And then we're going to get our foot. And we're going to pin our foot together with 2 pins. So we have a whole bunch of these little pins here. And these pins have little notches on them. So we're just going to go ahead and put this together. So we have it like so. Make sure I get it in there right. And we're going to push this pin in all the way. And then push this pin in all the way. And that's going to lock our joint in. And as you can see, this will articulate. So we're going to go ahead and run that. I think we need to add one more piece here. Forgot about these little joints. So on the back side, there is a place for these. So the short end goes in the bottom, top end goes in the top. And you just push these into place. And again, that all bends with the walk. So there is one leg done. Let's go ahead and do the other legs. So same process, just like so. Make sure we get this right. Probably the other way. Sometimes if these parts are a little tight, just try the other direction and it will work. We're going to take a foot, take our pins. His models are so amazing, so fun to put together and display. They just really are great models. So there's that foot. We'll make sure it moves. It does. And then we have the top piece going in here. And yeah. I don't think these are They all look the same. I was trying to make sure that I was putting it in the right pieces. So again, bend test. That all works good. So there's 2 legs down. Let's go ahead and do this one. Now see, that one's just slightly loose, but I don't think it's going to matter really. Get our pins. Again, this is all pretty ambidextrous. So as long as you just make sure you have your detail side to the out, I think you'll be okay. So we'll just snap that in. And on the back side, oh, see, there I messed up. So you have to make sure that your hole is on the correct side. So we got our first mess up here. So I have a pair of pliers. I'm just going to gently try to get that out. There we go. And then we can pull this out on this side. So you do have to pay attention to that, I guess. So there's one pin out. There's the other pin out, and we're just going to flip this leg to where your holes for the stabilizers are on the back. So little pro tip there. Make sure that you're orienting your pieces correctly. Test looks good. And again, we have our holes back here. And these just slide in like so. And then you have your test there. Final foot. Like so. Like so. And then we want to make sure our little hole is on the back, which it is. We'll get our last 2 pins with the little knobs on them. I like how he makes these with little indicators so you know which pins kind of go where. It's really nice of him to design it that way. Makes it easy to understand and put together. So there is our finished feet. So here is our finished feet here. And we will now move on to the next step. So the next step, move some of this out of the way so you can see it here, is we're going to add a arm. So like this. And it looks like we're going to start with this one. And I want to make sure that I have my orientations correct. So that all looks good. We're going to take a small washer. We have several little washers here. We're going to put it in here, and then we're going to take a small thread and we're just going to thread this in here. Make sure all that still articulates, which it does. Perfect. So now we'll do this to the other ones. So again, here, small washer, small thread. Okay. Pretty simplistic to put together. Looks like I may be missing a small thread, because I should have another. These are big. I may have to go print another one, but we will continue as long as we can. So obviously these are probably the front legs, and then these are the backs. You can see the difference on these just by the direction of this piece here. And this one, it does look like I'm missing a piece. Oh, nope, it's right there. Woohoo! It was hiding. Good. We will continue. So we just screw this in there. You don't have to get it super tight, just tight enough. So there's our legs. Now we need to take this piece and we need to pay attention to the orientation. So this slot lines up with this. See how that kind of works? So then we take our large washer, our large thread, and we twist that together. So again, our orientation does matter. It actually should be like this. So actually I did this backwards, but thankfully we didn't glue it. So we can change it. I think I did that backwards. Let's see. Let's see here. Yes, I did. Trying to see which one fits here. We want this up. So actually, I don't think I did it backwards. If I did, it's not looking like it. So let me see what we got here. We got that, that, and that. So we got two sides there. Okay, that one doesn't make sense. That one doesn't make sense. That one definitely doesn't make sense. Trying to see how these would line up, because you want to match up the parts. So I think I actually had it right the first time. So like this. Looks right. And he does give you an instruction manual that is in PDF form, so you know how to put these together. You can probably figure it out, but just makes it easier when he provides the right instruction. So Here's this finished leg. And now we'll take this piece, put it here. Again, these slots need to line up. You can see how easy it is to put these together. Really well thought out, well engineered, or designed, however you want to describe it. And then we'll go this way. And washer. I seem to have lost a washer. Unless I put double washers in. Yeah, that one has one. I might have double washered one of these. Oh, let's just unscrew it. I did. I double washered one. Getting ahead of myself. Getting excited about this. This is pretty cool. So, washer. Thread. This just goes to show you how 3D printing can really be awesome if you design it correctly. So I'm going to say these two are the front legs, these two are the back legs. So now the next step is we're going to take this and we're going to put in some pins. So we got all these little pins here we're going to put in. And it looks like this one gets 4. I don't know if that's supposed to go all the way in. Like that. Let's back that out. I mean, maybe it is, but I think this is what attaches the legs. So we're going to put our legs up in here first. And line up the holes. And then put those in. And then the same on the other side. We want this piece rocking forward. So you want these pieces facing forward for the back legs. Okay. And again, you just push your little pin in like so. And then we want these pieces to kind of meet up like this. So they kind of look like this at the end. Okay. Flip this over. Get it all lined up. Now, I would say that these need to actually be pushed in further to kind of lock it in. So I'm just taking the tip of my needle nose and just pushing it in very lightly until it hits. Not trying to force it. And there is our feet. Go. How cool is that? So now we got the actual body here. So this looks like the head area, or maybe this is the head. Actually, this is the head area because I can see where this piece kind of slides up in here. So we're going to slide this piece right in like that. We're going to take our side panel pieces, and we want these facing forward. And this is just the exact opposite for the other side, facing forward. And there we have it. Then we're going to take our little accent pieces, push those in like so. Then it's like we have two holes here on the back and two there on the back, and one big hole there on the front. So technically this would be step 12 in the guide. And this is going to lock it all together. You just want to line those up. And then you have this cover piece that comes through on the back and snaps in. Now we'll take our body and move it out of the way. But let's show you the body here. So you can kind of see this. I'll flip it around so you can kind of see it better. So there's the body. Pretty detailed little model. Again, the articulation works. There is not any real articulation in the neck yet, but I have a feeling that may be coming. It may be actually be in the head. So let me get this head ready here. I got some fuzzies from my printing. Some mini stringing. You can take a heat gun or a hair dryer and just run it over it to get rid of some of this. So I'm just going to pull it off with my fingers for right now. You can kind of see those little stringies there. Just rub them off. Get a heat gun afterwards and just kind of go over it. Like so. We have our red piece, and that is angled correctly. So we just push that right in, and there's our head. So the final step is to insert the ball joint for the head. So we're going to insert half of it first. And then we're going to follow it by the second half. I don't think I got it all the way in there. There we go. It snapped. And then you're going to insert this, which may be harder than it looks. Oh, I just broke the cannon. Okay, well, we're at the print of the head. So let's not insert this. Even my light says, hey, you broke something. I think we can glue that. They're pretty delicate. So let's get some super glue out. And we will glue this cannon back on here. Try to keep it straight. Got some glue running down my print here. So be very careful of these cannons up front when you're putting these pieces in. Grab it back here. Like I said, I'll probably print another head anyway, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to glue it. I think. Glue on the wrong side. We'll let that sit for a second. Make sure we got it lined up. So yes, be very careful with these prints, especially thin pieces like this. They will break. Okay, we'll see if that glue will hold now. So we're going to get this in here. And this is the hard part. Okay, there we go. We have an articulating head. The glue is probably not completely set up yet, but all you have to do is insert this all the way through the body. And then you have an articulating head. So somebody much better than me could probably make this into a stop motion if they really wanted to. I don't think the joints are tight enough to stand up like this, but we're going to try it. We can try to tighten the joints just slightly. Yeah, too heavy, too front heavy. So it's not going to do like a buck and bronco rearing up horse. You could probably glue them that way if you wanted. Now it's doing a peeing dog. There, it'll do a peeing dog. Peeing dog. Let's see what kind of range of motion we got here. Will it do the front down in the snow impact? It will. So it will do the front down snow impact when they got tripped. It'll do the squatting dog. So squatting dog. But very, very cool. You could definitely stop motion animate this with all these joints in here, especially in the feet. You can get it really kind of cool. So it's hard to see that from the top view, but if you look at it from this side, and then I can rotate this head up, down. So there you go. That is the AT-AT 3D model from Kit Kiln. And again, if you want this model, you need to become a member of his on things.com. Let me type that in here. So again, go to things.com, or you can click on this short URL and it should take you to the file. If you go to things.com and you cannot find it, do a search on there for the Kit Kiln, AT-AT, or just do a search for AT-AT. AT-AT, it should come up. Great model. Again, we had the one issue with the cannon breaking. That was completely my fault. That has nothing to do with the model. I was manhandling it a little bit, but excellent model. Great articulation in the legs, in the feet. So no issues when it comes to that. So really great model, really happy with it. I think you could do some poses with this. He does have a snow speeder as well. Now this is a larger snow speeder, and as you can see, it's not quite in scale. He does have a file to make a smaller snow speeder to be more in scale with this. So that is cool as well. So definitely check out his stuff. Again, that's the Kit Kiln at things.com. Excellent models. I give it a 5 out of 5. Not only for the AT-AT or AT-AT, but the snow speeder as well. He also has an X-Wing, a Millennium Falcon, and a bunch of what he calls chunkable characters. Amazing modeler. Highly recommend. So if you're into 3D printing, check him out. And until next time, we'll catch you on the outer rim, and may the force be with you.